right. I was coming on this morning because I wanted to share something with you about life pressures and hanging in there. Hanging in there. I know life has a lot of pressures. I'm not at home, so I came out to my car right quick before I go in to the hotel and go back in and have breakfast because I wanted to share with you this morning. I was in a training on Friday for professional development. And as always, I am very concerned about people dealing with mental illness. And it's so much of it because life itself has put a lot of pressure on everyone. And something that the presenter brought out in the training was the fact that we as therapists, we as counselors, we as behavioral analysts, we have a huge job. We have a huge responsibility on our hands because people are so unsettled. It's not because you want to be, it's just because so much is happening in life and you really don't know which way to go. I even had my sister to tell me, share with us on last night about being unsettled. I'm just unsettled, she said, because I brought up the subject of mental illness and how people laugh at it and how the one thing that COVID did was bout out this issue of mental illness, mental health. Even when you go to the doctor now, they ask you, they used to not ask you, but they ask you now, how are you doing mentally? And it's because they know that COVID has had an impact on everybody. And now all of us have some PTSD. You know why? Even if it's a minimal amount. Because we are sitting right now wondering when the next thing is going to happen. That's what we're doing right now. And then COVID has come back. It's just not where it was at first. But I'm not here to talk about the COVID. I'm here to talk about how the impact of that has left so many of us unsettled. And the pressures of life, look at it, look around you. Everything is going up. Everything. Groceries, trying to purchase a vehicle, trying to purchase a home, everything. Insurance. If you get a break, like get a raise, here comes something else to take the money that you did get away from you. That's pressure in life. But we do have to trust God. I'm not saying not trust God. What I'm saying is we also have to deal with the reality that our mental health has been attacked. And instead of laughing at people, be more aware. People aren't crazy. People aren't stupid. People know what's going on with them. And they know it doesn't feel good. And they know that they are so unsettled. Because what used to be the norm in life is not the norm anymore. And as professionals, sometimes you don't know which way to go because now people come to you as counselors and therapists and behavioral analysts with more than just one issue. People are grappling with so many issues. And I work in higher education, and I can tell you, these kids, these young people are dealing with a lot of issues. And we have got to listen because guess what happens? It increases the suicide rate. When people don't have people to listen to them, when people feel like they're having to hold everything on the inside, like there is no way out. I'm simply saying, sit down with yourself. If you need help, go get some help. Because anxiety and depression is real. People with all the money in the world still got things to deal with. More money, more problems. But anxiety and depression is real, people. And there are more people going through it than you know. Also, one of the things that she shared was using the AVR. Acknowledge, validate, and reassure. Acknowledge, validate, and reassure. As counselors, that's what we have to do. We have to acknowledge, then validate, then reassure. And it may sound easy, but it's not. When you are looking at people sitting in the front of you that don't know which way to go, that you know that they're fragile, and you've got to be very cautious. Counseling is not just a word. It's real. It is real. And when people are on the edge, I'm telling y'all, unless you are sitting on the other side of that table and you are looking at this play out, this situation is nothing to play with. So when people come to you and they want to talk to you, sometimes you just have to be the listener. I don't care if they got to talk for a whole hour. Let them pour out to you. Let them cry to you. People are having to retain so much because they're afraid of how they're going to be judged. Start doing check-ins on one another. Life pressures are real. And it's becoming more and more of a reality. When people sit in the front of you and say, Ms. James, I just don't want to live. Can you imagine crisis intervention at that point? I just don't want to live. And you don't have time to be emotional. You got to really be on top of what you do. I've been at this thing for a long time. And I'm going to tell you something. In my years of experience, I can tell you it is no joke when you're dealing with the lives of somebody else and that person sitting in front of you telling you they want to throw in the towel and you can't crumble. I want for everybody who's listening to me this morning to take time out for yourself. Take time out to acknowledge that not only am I going through some pains in life, everybody is. Everybody is. Yours and mine might not be just alike, but everybody is going through some pain. Everybody is facing something. Everybody is experiencing a point in life where they just don't know which way to go. And just because it's not you, don't sit back and laugh. Because life has a way of turning around. You can be on top of the world today, and tomorrow you wake up and feel like the world is on top of you. Because guess what? Pressures bust. Pressure, it busts pipes. Pressure busts pipes. Keep on around here masking. Trying to make everybody think you got it together when you know that you don't. Just be real with people. Be transparent. Hey, my life right now is messed up. I'm upside down. I don't know which way I'm going. Because people can't help you when you are masking. It's sad, but it's true. And and I'm saying this, I'm going to get off of here, for all of us. My lighting in the car is messing up. For all of us, take care of yourself. If you got something going on with you, seek some help. If you know somebody who's got something going on, be ready to provide them with some resources. Because this thing, life pressures, is real. Anxiety is real. Depression is real. And schizophrenia is real. Bipolar is real. Everything that has to deal with mental illness is real. And you had better know how to react when someone presents that to you. Because you just might be the one. You just may be the one to have to talk that person off the edge. You better be ready. And hopefully there's someone that can talk you off the edge when you feel like life is just too much. Because life be lifing sometimes. And none of us is exempt from life lifing on us. Remember these 3 things I told you. As a counselor, we remember them. You remember them individually. AVR, acknowledge. Acknowledge the fact that what the person is saying to you is real. Let them know, hey, I'm listening. I'm listening. Keep telling me what you're feeling. I'm listening. Not only am I listening, I want to understand where you're at right now with this. Not only that, next thing is to validate. Validate their feelings. Let them know, I see your pain. I see you stressing. I see you being uncomfortable. I see you being unsettled right now. But in my reassurance of that, I want you to know I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And then reassurance. And I tell my grandkids this, my grandchild this all the time. And it's real. Whatever you go through, we going through it together. Whatever you go through, we're going through it together. Because we have to. Because guess what? I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to give up on you. And you have to let people know in that reassurance, I see your pain. I see your loneliness. I see your tears. But guess what? Whatever you're going through, we're going to get through it together. Together. Y'all take care. Stand strong. Know that you are not alone. It's always somebody out here to help you professionally. And sometimes it's just your friends, family, people in your circle that are really concerned. I'm not talking about getting your information to gossip. I'm talking about really concerned and want you to come out of whatever it is that you're in. Whatever you're going through. And I want you to know, life do have pressures. And pressure does bust pipes. But you can make it. You can make it. Hang in there. God is faithful. But God works through human agency. And he's put a lot of people in place. Pray about it. Ask God to send the right people across your path. and let's get past whatever it is that we're going through in these mental situations in our lives. Because I said it once and I'll say it again. We all, right now, the one thing COVID did is all put all of us right there at that mark, even at a minimal of mental illness with PTSD. Because post-traumatic stress disorders is real. Because all of us are sitting and waiting on what is the next thing that's going to happen. What's the next thing that's going to happen? And many of us have stopped just living. But we got to get back up and keep going. Y'all have a wonderful day. Love on yourself today. And tell yourself, whatever I'm going through, God got some people that's going to go through this thing with me. I'm not alone. All right? Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.